Scooby Dooby Doo, Bar Dooby Dooby, Scooby Dooby Doo, Doo 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 Doo, Doo Doo Bottom, Da 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 Doo. Sokamaka, back on top. Death Lord, Shoshana Quinn, Bryce King, Brandon, Kayaba, Nico, Gorak the Legend, so got behind Phoenix Fire, Harun, Tom Sessy's back in from Italy, Crash the Crusher Stevens here, Silent Ninja, Michael Tanek, Harsh, Ludent, Jennifer, Blank Milag, and I got behind again, Matthew, Sydney, I saw, Lord Beers is in, my big butt, Liddy Central, Poppy, my favorite Jinja, my files, Suhaib's back, Blazing Blaster, Bilo's in, Push Zorro, Licks, the big JJ, Alpha Centauri, Cody, Angel, John Smith, Jeremiah Prana is back, good to see you again, pal, OG Condition, G-Tracker, also known as Wholesome Deuce, let's see, Member berries, I'm only here for the Goose. Well, aren't we all, pal? Aren't we all? Yeah, it has been a while. That's why I got this, as a matter of fact, Elusive, that's why I got this stream in today, because, as you guys know, the reason I didn't stream was it ended up, Spaz Kids, yeah, that graduation weekend, it was balls out. Saturday was his graduation, of course, and, Sunday was his party for family, and then yesterday was his gaming party, you know, with his buddies, his graduation party with his buddies, because they always had gaming get-togethers at the house. They started coming in at 8:30 in the morning, and everybody wasn't gone until 10:30 at night. And him and I had plans today, but I was like, oh no, it's all worked out, I got it all figured out. Like I tell you guys, I get up early so I can get everything done. Had it all planned out. And then late last night it dawned on me I had a good doctor's appointment this morning, which completely fucked everything up. So, but I didn't want to just not stream because I wanted to check in with you guys. I hadn't seen you guys in here in days, so I'm gonna at least hang out for a little bit. I gotta go in a little over half an hour, but at least I can hang in for a little while. Liam says, Curtis, let me eat your beard with barbecue sauce and a side of dirty fries with pit beans. I don't have a problem with you eating my beard. I don't like barbecue sauce, though, and that's going to be really close to my nose while you're eating it. I don't like barbecue sauce. Fries is cool. Pit beans, I don't even know what the fuck those are. But considering how their beans is in the name, I'm probably not going to like it because you guys know that my tastes are like pizza, red meat. That's it. Well, no, chicken, turkey. That's it. That's all. Yeah, we stream usually pretty much every day. Death Can game. We've been off for a few days because, as I mentioned, with all the hype around Spaz Kids graduation, we were doing all the parties and everything. Oh, Gooshiness is always here, Dark Slaver. Hey, Anbu. Naruto and Sasuke, sexy party time. You down? Of course. Yeah, I think the thing is, Anbu, Naruto and Sasuke, I think that sexy party time desire has been building for so long that it would be like over the top. that would be Gooshiness is what I'm saying. Hey, Guts! Guess I gotta say hi, but I'm currently driving, so probably won't send any more messages. No, I understand, pal. Like I say, I can't stand for a long time anyway. I appreciate you saying hi. Also, the Goose thing still confused me, but my sense of humor is random and unclear. Even to me, this turned out to be a long hello, but amusing speech to text. Not a problem, pal, and thank you for the... Oh, I didn't see M yet. We have different official specific names for the color of the sky. Like Guts just put up a five. I know my numbers. A $50 super chat. What do we call that one? It's not pink, you guys. M always reminds me because it's funny how that post-concussion works. There are certain things that just blank out, and that's one of them. I can't remember what we determined that shade is because I wanted to tell Guts thank you for the insert the name of the color sky, but you guys will tell me, I'm sure, as I scroll down. Now, when you say Guts too, because we'll explain to you, I know you're driving. When you say the Goose thing still confuses you, is that because you weren't here? I don't know if that means you haven't seen the Goose video yet, or it just confuses you why we're so enamored with it. Because I'll explain it to you. Crimson. Yeah, it wasn't Crimson Rockley. It was Crimson Sky is the 100 or above. That's the right. Magenta. I think it was magenta. Right. BG got it. Magenta. Chrome had it too. Magenta. Yep. It's the magenta sky. That's what I meant to say. Thank you for the magenta sky, Gus. Now see, and that's why it differs. The post-concussion damage. I've noticed that because, again, I can tell from the feel the difference between that type of memory issue as opposed to just you're an old fuck memory issue. It picks up certain things like look how long it took me to remember Kiss May's name. It picks out certain things and just like blocks them. The word magenta in describing that is one of them because it's not a hard word to remember. It's not like a word I never heard before, and it is magenta, but it just completely blocks it out of my head every time. I don't remember ever us getting a magenta sky post and me being able to remember that word at the time. It's just weird how it works. But let me go back to what I was explaining to Guts. Now, if you haven't seen the Goose video that we base this on, pal, let me know. We'll put that is one video we will take time out from no matter what we're streaming to show somebody. We'll show it to you. But if your question was, I don't get the Goose thing, and you know the video, you just don't understand why it's such a big deal to us, then yeah, I'm with you. We're just, well, you know, Guts, we're fucked up. That video, I don't care how many times I see it, it still makes me laugh. Oh, you're back on the morning shift, so he's back. Oh, good to have you back, Omega Project. Glad you could be in. Let's see. The last one, fuck driving laws, a bunch of commies. Yeah, Guts. Oh, the last, yeah, why the Goose? It just because it struck me so goddamn funny, Guts. It's so ridiculously random. That guy just butt raping that dude to death. And the sound, everything about that clip is funny to me. The sound, of course, the goosh, 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 goosh. And the black guy and his like blank expression. All of that, everything about that cracks me up. Oh, God. And again, that's, you guys know, my sense of humor is so random. I'm so glad it actually caught on with the rest of you. Because I'm always afraid that my sense of humor is so weird and random that a lot of times I pick up on something like that. It's like, nobody else is going to think this is fucking funny besides me. Oh, Liam now wants to put vanilla ice cream, Belgian chocolate sauce, and whipped cream on my soft bald head and lick it off. Now we're good to go because those are all things that a fat man like me eats. No concerns there. Spaz bitch, I haven't heard that name in years. Comes over here, kids, and I'll tell you a story. Lights up joint. Nice berries. Which character had the saddest childhood? Holy shit, Ryuto. Oh, that's tough in Naruto. That one, I mean, I'll be first to admit, no matter what I say, I can make a good, somebody else can make as quality a case for any of the others. Man, I lean towards Gaara right away. The things that happened to Gaara were just so fucked up, but it's all of it. It's hard. It really is hard to make a distinction. Gaara is the first one that jumps out at me, but I think we can make a case for half a dozen of them. Mrs. Spaz watching Goose coming soon. That's right, Brother E. For those who don't know what he's talking about, over at the Goose, and I'm going to be, now that we should be getting caught up soon, I'll be able to, do a full schedule again. Over at the Goose. Now, a lot of you guys know my wife, for whatever reason, I think she thinks she thought she was safe, we'll never make it. She agreed that if we ever made 500,000 subscribers at YouTube, she would actually do a reaction video, as camera shy as she is, but she would sit down in front of the camera and watch Prostitute Mickey. That's going to be hysterical. Trust me, she has no idea. No idea that things like that even exist. And she's like one of the biggest Disney fans in the world. She's the sweetest, gentlest, kindest person you'll ever meet. She's going to be devastated. And I'm sorry that I'm laughing. But when the Goose got going, somebody had brought up, hey, about setting something up over there. So I asked her, I said, hey, if we ever hit 5,000 a month in pledges at the Goose, because she had asked me what the Goose means. She goes, why do you call it the Goose? I said, if we ever hit 5,000 in pledges over at the Goose, would you watch the video called Goose and learn why we call it that? And she hemmed and hawed. It was a couple days, I think, Brother E, wasn't it, before I came back and told you guys that she agreed to do it. Surprisingly, the Goose has been taking off. We're we're over 4,000 a month now. So if we get to, we could be getting to 5 in a relative, you know, if things continue picking up in a relatively short period of time. And my poor wife has to watch Goose. And again, trust me when I tell you, she has no idea things like that even exist. Yeah, Chrome was just saying the same thing too. And I'd almost forgotten about it. But I'll try to remember, guys. I'll post a video over at the Goose because, again, we've got literally hundreds of new Goosers in there that never saw that video. So they probably don't even know that we're getting close. Robert Avor, new subscriber. Well, welcome aboard, my friend. Very happy to hear you found your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay awesome. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. That makes me feel good. I mean, seriously, it does. Anybody that says, you know, people tend to try and downplay compliments as like, oh, you know, I take that kind of thing in stride. I don't take it in stride. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that when you guys say things like that. And it does. It genuinely makes me feel good that you guys are having fun watching these videos with me. I appreciate it a lot. I really, really do. Hey, Joe Kage! Finally, Thick Daddy. I need my Goose fix. Yeah, that's what I was telling the gang, Joe. I didn't have much time today because schedule got screwed up again. But it's like, God damn it, I'm streaming at least for a little while because I miss this. You know, I miss this a lot. We had last month where we had a senior trip. I missed several days. And then, you know, with the graduation, I missed several days. Now we should be good until we just got to do an overnight at his college for his orientation. But that's not till late in July. And then my wife and I will be down in Orlando in September. But other than that, I don't have any big things coming up where I should be away. Rockley says, us Goosers are completely normal and not mentally unstable. Not a single thing is wrong with us. That's what I say, Rockley. That I'm with you. I think we're in the ultimate position as Goosers to take over, because at least the way America is structured right now, with the harsh divide between the right and the left, and it does, guys. I know you guys here in America feel it, and for any of you internationally, it feels like this country is about to explode. I mean, more so than ever, especially over the last couple of days with Maxine Waters and all that horse shit going on. I think the Goosers are in a perfect position to where we don't fit in with anybody else, just with ourselves. So I think while they're warring, we could probably just take over on all of them. I think this will be, I think we could change the name of this country to the Goose. Not that I am advocating for an overthrow or anything. I would never do something like that. So I'm not even saying that we would fuck the rest of the country and make them do our bidding, or because that would be outrageous. I wouldn't say that. Let's see. Guts, what about the comic of Mickey Mouse where Minnie breaks up with Mickey and he spends the rest of the comic attempting suicide? I haven't seen that one, Guts. Is that online? I would check that. I haven't seen that. Minnie breaks up with Mickey and he spends the rest of the comic attempting suicide. I haven't even seen that one, Guts. I would like to see. Again, that's part of my instability. Some of the funniest things to me are things that poke fun at things I really like. Like, I'm a big Disney fan too. Not as much for the characters as my wife is, but all things Disney, you guys know that. But that makes it extra funny when somebody does a good job lampooning it. I don't know why. I don't know why people get offended. I think when somebody lampoons something close to you and does a good job, it's funnier than stuff that isn't close to you. Yeah, we're not meta unstable. We're mentally unstable. That's right, Big Green. I'm proud of it. Make your wife watch Goose, please. Curtis, do it. We need her to see this. Well, like I say, Galahad, she agreed to it. She said if we, well, it'll unfortunately be at the Goose. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because the only reason she agreed to it is because she asked why we call it the Goose. So if we pass that 5,000 mark, she will be watching it. Yeah, oh, Liam, there's no question. If you listen very carefully, he says you will actually be able to hear her die a little inside. I think even more so that'll be true with if we get that to prostitute Mickey. I think with the Goose, you're just going to hear little aneurysms happening throughout her entire being, little pops, because she doesn't even know things like that exist. Husband of the year. Yeah, I know, Bryce. I should be. It's sad that I'm not more ashamed of myself than I am, because, again, I'll be honest with you, my wife is a very gentle soul, a very gentle, sweet person. Well, of course, I mean, how much innocence, sweetness can remain when she lives with me every day? But I mean, she does an admirable job of it. Yeah, that Guts, I don't if I saw that, I don't remember it, and that sounds like something I would remember. Yeah, I would remember that. Almost 5K a month, not bad for him. Yeah, you know what else? I'd like to get you guys' take on this. I had something, and everybody's got a different way of looking at things. I'm not gonna say a name because I'm not disparaging someone. I had something odd said to me about that over at the Goose. Hold on, or it wasn't at the Goose, about the Goose. Your wife be like, Disney? Goose? Don't see a diff. God damn, what'd you do? Explode, boy? Oh, bless you. Oh, Galahad's got the... Yeah, and be forewarned, going to watch the Goose. We all, it makes us all laugh. Some people, that's not their thing. It is disgusting. It is vile. It is over the top. So be forewarned if you do go to Galahad's link. Now, now at the Goose is our Patreon. I forget to explain it sometimes. It's just our Patreon. We call it the Goose because that's our community, the Goose. Over there, because I keep whatever the Goose is taking in every month, I make it public. You can go, you can go on the page anytime and see what we're making. I had somebody tell me, and again, they were trying to be helpful. I mean, I'm not disparaging someone. He says, you really should make that invisible like a lot of people on Patreon do. He said, because people will see if you get up to a certain amount, they think you're just making too much money, and they're like, oh, fuck that, I'm not going to join it. He's already getting more money than he deserves for this or something. And I got thinking about that, and that's probably true. There might be somebody out there like that. But the way I always looked at things like that is, first of all, it's a transparency thing. I've always tried to keep everything honest and upfront with you guys about absolutely everything on this channel and anything that's an extension of this channel from day one. So that's the biggest reason it stays there, because I think I should be transparent to you guys about what goes on here. But second of all, isn't that a kind of odd way to look at things? The way I always look at it is, whether your donation is 1, 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever it is, all I would think in my case, like with me, I support Little Currybo. All that should really matter is, are you getting what you think is your money's worth? And I mean, I bust my butt to try and make sure, because that's a big deal to me. I told you guys that before. It's just like in wrestling. I never changed the structure of a match because there were only 10, 20 people in an audience. If I was going to go out there and get the shit beat out of me with a barbed wire bat, I went out and got the shit beat out of me with a barbed wire bat for 10 people, because those 10 people paid their goddamn money to see a match. And I'm going to give them the same match I would if there were, if there were 2,000 people there. And that's the way I feel about the Patreon. It's like, I try and make sure that everybody's getting some really good, fun entertainment, I hope, for whatever it is their donation is. So why should anybody care if I keep the amount up there? I don't know. It was an interesting conversation. Again, somebody was just trying to, I should tell that to WWE Cesaro. It makes me mad when I hear that from workers. It used to make me mad back in the day. I hear guys in the locker room saying some shit. Oh, there's fucking 15 people out there. Well, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. So then get out of the fucking business then. Just get the fuck out. Because it's still 10 or 15 people that paid money to see you. And beyond that, 10 or 15 people that are going to leave here going, oh, wow, you know what? That guy was an absolute drizzling shits. He didn't do nothing. So get that out. Get your name out there for that, you asshole. Let's see. But I just thought, like I said, it was and I'm sure he's right. I'm sure there are people who look at that way, and if they do, that's fine. Or they don't want to, be a member of the Goose. That's okay. But I could never take that down. I would feel uncomfortable, like I'm trying to hide something from you guys. There's no safe way to. Yes, Lute is correct. There's no safe way to describe the Goose. Again, for anybody that wants to click that link, I just always give a warning because some people are not into that. It is. That's the best thing I can tell you. It's over the top, disgusting, vile, vulgar, in every way, shape, or form you can imagine. But because I'm fucked up, I think it's freaking hysterical. I was trying to explain it to Liam. When a giant fat man without a father loves... I like how he even re-described bastard. Loves a much smaller, very scarred, bishy guy very much. Well put, Hi. Well put. You guys fucking crack me up. Hey, Cheyenne, I was just thinking about you the other day, sweetie. I'm glad everything's okay. Good to see you again. Cheyenne got to go to a couple of talks by some political commentators her and I both really enjoy. That had to be cool. I wish I could have been there. I would have enjoyed that. I feel like you would have fit really well in ECW. It's funny you say that, Omega Project. Well, I was just talking about them. Somebody brought that up yesterday at Spaz Kids Party. We used to have locally here in Schenectady, New York, we used to have a training gym that was also where we put on shows every month for this group that I helped to found. And the ECW guys used to have shows in Schenectady every so often. And when they did, they would stop by our gym to work out, work out their matches, get a workout in, stuff like that. So I got to meet a lot of them. And yes, I did fit in pretty well with them. As a matter of fact, one of the last matches I had offered to me after I'd been diagnosed with a post-concussion, and I mean, it had gotten really bad, and my wife, and basically, because when Spaz Kid came along, I didn't want to take a chance on killing myself in the ring, so that's when I started backing off from wrestling. But my wife, which was understandable, she was just freaked out by it, especially with all the damage being done to me. But one of the last matches I got offered was outside of Boston, and I can't remember who it was. It was one of the ECW guys. It wasn't Sabu. God damn it, I can't remember who it was. But it was one of the ECW guys he had coming in, and of course I did hardcore shit too. And he offered me, which at the time was a ton of money, obviously, for an indie show, $350. He said to come out. He said, you'll be the last match. I don't give a fuck what you do. You guys can burn the building down. He said, just kill each other. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And my wife got so upset she was like crying and stuff. And there's a good chance I would have killed myself in that match. So it was one of the only times, not the only time I ever backed down and said, yeah, you know what, it's just not, it's not fair to her. It's not fair to do that to somebody when it's that big a deal to her. So I didn't do it. Boston John Cena. It was just outside of Boston, Cesaro, just south of Boston. I forgot the name of the town. I don't know why that stuck in my mind because I was looking up on the map how to get there, but it was just south of Boston. It was. Member Barry slowly lowers pitchforks and torches. So we're not overthrowing the government? Damn it, there goes my weekend plans. Can we try again next weekend? Oh, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. We probably shouldn't do that. We probably shouldn't just, like, fuck the current government or anything. So we are not a political organization looking for overthrow. I'm so easily amused. Tresanker says, shut up, Curtis, you talk too much. No, no, it's just story of my life right there. Mr. Twig says, how do you feel about Jim Cornette's takes on wrestling? I don't care about his politics, but his wrestling takes are really smart in my opinion. Most of the time, I think so, Mr. Twigs. I think he gets a little over the top sometimes. But for the most part, I would agree with you. Yeah, for the most part, I think he's pretty spot on. Sometimes he strikes me a little... I don't hear everything he talks about. Sometimes he strikes me as a little bit of a... He can be a bitter douche at times, too. But for the most part, I think he's pretty on. Jokage says, I remember people begging us not to make Goose a thing. Yeah, I know, Joe. There was no choice as soon as I saw that. And that's what's really fucked up about my sense of humor and why I love you guys so much, that there actually are people who share this sense of humor. Because when you guys showed me during the reaction video streams, when you guys showed me the Goose, the idea is to appall someone with that video, which I completely get. You're showing it to someone because just the same reason we want to show it to my wife at 5,000 at the Goose is because it's going to elicit a visceral response of repulsion and disgust. And I'm so fucked up. It was one of the funniest things I ever saw. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. It was one of the greatest things ever. I don't know. It's just fucking funny. Goosh, goosh, goosh. My favorite song, probably Viva La Vida. Probably. I got a lot of favorite songs, but that would probably be the top one. You're corrupting young minds, and I fucking love it, Matthew says. That's why I did West Spaz Kid Milog, only because I've been ordained. Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, baby. Yeah, that's why, Matthew, whenever we post a link to the Goose or anything, I always give people a forewarning, because I know our crew is just like, yeah, let's watch it again. But with live streams, you know, they come up on recommended and stuff, and I do feel bad sometimes when somebody just comes in, it's like, oh, this is that old guy who watches anime videos. I want to chat about Goku. And then they come in and it's like, what the fuck is going on? So that's why I always tend to give people a heads up. I want the Goose in the Badlands of the rice fields now. Let's just make an infinite Tsukiyomi, a world with just the Goose. There you go, question mark. Yes. Question mark, yes. I have seen K. Jones. More probably not in a long time. The only reason I said it, I even say that I've seen him, is because that name was familiar immediately. I'd have to look at his channel probably to remember, but I know I've seen him because I know that name. I've heard that one, Pain in the Six Pass. What's the difference between a freezer and a baby? Freezer don't cry when I stick my meat in it. I've heard that one. First Law says, goosh, goosh, goosh. That's the sad thing, man, and I do understand that, and I actually do feel bad about that. He says, unfortunately, I can't afford the Goose, can't even afford to pledge $1. It sucks. It sucks. Shrek's sweaty. I didn't say that part. It sucks. Shrek's sweaty, musky, swampy balls. I had trouble saying that. All I can say, man, if you know, if it's a camaraderie thing, I've been there. I completely understand. And the Goose, and I'm sure Goosers wouldn't have a problem with it for anybody that really legitimately can't afford it. I looked into it. Patreon does not allow you to give out memberships to the site. Because I had thought about that. You know, I would even put it to the existing Goosers because they're paying their money and say, listen, if I find somebody here or there that really is a fan of the things we do here and they just genuinely can't afford it, would you guys mind if I brought them in at the $1 level, blah, blah, blah. Because I had this all planned in my head, but then I got looking at it and I can't do it. I don't have the ability to do that. I can't, like, give somebody a free pass for the site. Which, I don't know. I think it's good for business when you do that because, I mean, obviously, I'm not just going to hand them out willy-nilly, so why? But they won't even let me, like, I looked into that, too. They won't even let me, like, bump somebody up. If they're already a $1 Goose, or say, hey, you know, this person was a little short for the month, I'm just going to bump them up to $5. They won't let me do it. At 7,000 on the Goose, you'll tell your wife you're leaving her for your transvestite boy girlfriend, Trayvon. Well, you know what I'm going to do, Brother E? I thought of this, and of course, I can spill it to you guys. If we get to 5,000 and she has to watch the Goose on camera, I'm going to tell her, now be fair, and see, I know how to play on her emotions. I'm going to say, listen, because all these people watching you right now, enjoy the same type of humor that I do. We all have a good time together. They're supporting, because that's what anything I make on YouTube or Patreon or wherever, it just goes for, like, our Disney trips, our extra money. So I'm going to plead it that way and say, you know, it's really decent of them that they basically support your ability to go to Disney World and stuff. So I think the least you can do is tell them that at least at every 5,000 marker, they can pick a video and you have to watch it. I think if we leverage it like that, isn't it terrible? I'm not only making my wife watch the Goose, then I'm trying to figure out how to manipulate her. But I think she would say, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I'll do it. Although right after watching the Goose, who knows? But I think that's what we got to do, Brother E. That's how I'm going to approach it anyway. I think that's a reasonable request for all that you guys do to support the channel, whether it's at the Goose, whether it's here at the YouTube channel, wherever. You guys support us overwhelmingly. So I don't think that's asking much of her. And then we could do a poll, like if we should ever make it to 10,000, the next 5. Because if I make it too short, she won't do it. You know, if I make it too easily attainable. But if we ever made it to 10, then we could do a poll and see what you guys wanted to watch next. That's a good line, Tracker. Come in for the anime. Stay because there's no amount of bleach that can purify you. I like that a lot. That should be like the channel tagline. You're now scarred and there's no normie you can speak to. No normie you can speak to about what you've seen. That's a really good line. Come in for the anime, stay because there's no amount of bleach that can purify you. So in other words, come in innocently looking for a chat about Goku and Naruto, and just stay because you've been ruined now. Anyway, now, there's no going back. You can't go after you've been here at the Goose or at our live chats, which is an extension of the Goose, long enough. There's no going back to regular society. Are you going to emotionally manipulate your wife into watching Goose? Yes, that's the plan, Chrome. And beyond that, I'm going to try and emotionally manipulate her into allowing us to make her watch even more horrific things. Prostitute Mickey Filthmonger, I couldn't hijack that because that's set up, but that's if we ever reached 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's not fair to hijack it away because it was the gang's, that's not something I came up with. That was in a live stream too. That had to be more than a year ago, wasn't it, guys? Some of the gang were in a live stream and they said, hey, if you guys ever reached 500,000 subscribers, would your wife do a reaction video to Prostitute Mickey? Because everybody knows how much my wife adores everything Disney. And I asked her about it, and I think the only reason she said yes was because it seems so unreachable that I think she felt safe. And it is still a long way off. I mean, we're only at, 160-something? So that's a long way off. But it's not fair to hijack it now. I got to stick to that. If we ever reach 500,000 here. Do you know, though, that actually this was totally by accident? Now, this is how weird YouTube is, you guys. Because we have the Goose, and we have things that are exclusive to the Goose, do you know that that has unwittingly helped the YouTube channel grow? And I'll tell you how, because I finally figured it out. YouTube is so fucking weird. Now, we all know that the Naruto videos are by far and away the most popular thing we do. But I always do other things here as well. Well, what was happening, and I had been warned of this, what was happening is when you post other videos, or post videos regularly that get significantly less views than do your other videos, YouTube, like, dings you for that. They stop, putting your channel out there, your videos out there as much. I had heard that. I believed it, but I wasn't that worried about it. But now, since I've had to put all my time is monopolized between YouTube and the Goose, and all I've been putting up in the Naruto videos and, of course, the Naruto tournament. But since I've only been putting them up, do you know the number of subscribers we do every day? The number of views, how often we're seen, has skyrocketed? That's got to be it. And the only reason I don't put other stuff up here at the YouTube channel like I used to is because, again, I'm putting it over there at the Goose, so there's not enough time for all of it. But that's how YouTube sees things. How fucked up is that? So basically, they were dinging the channel before because I would post it. Why does YouTube care? Even though we got 160,000 subscribers, what if, okay, if I got a little series that, there's only maybe 1,000 of us that are into it, why does YouTube care about that? But who knows? Centauri, good to see you, pal. Good day, my good old chaps. Care for some tea and crumpets? No? Well, then piss off, you bloody wankers. Have a jolly good day. I like a post like that. had the question, the response, and everything all together, all in one. Well done, Centauri. And who was it? Big Green says, jolly good. Oh, you guys are good. Brother A, interesting encounter yesterday. Was on the train watching your Naruto vid. Then a guy came up to me and said they watched your channel too. I told him who I was and he flipped out even more. Cool. That's really cool. That's cool. It's fun. And that's why I always say, and it always bears repeating, anytime we do a stream, a video, anything, listen, you guys, if ever you see me out and about, please come up and say something. I'm amazed by how often people will tell me later, that they saw me here. A lot of times it's at Disney because obviously Disney's a melting pot of the world. But they'll come in and they'll say, hey, I saw you and I was going to come up and say hi, but I thought I didn't want to bother you with your family. Listen, you're not bothering me at any point. I like that. It's fun to put faces to the names and stuff. So please, by all means, if you see me anywhere, come up and say hi or goosh me or do something. But I like to meet you guys. So I just try and put that out there because it happens all the time. People will say that to me. Whatever I'm doing, trust me, I'm not doing anything all that important, no matter what it is. So come up and see me. One time my wife got a little scared though. We were in Disney, as a matter of fact. Really nice. It's terrible. I've forgotten the screen name, but it was a while ago, and you guys know my memory. Nice young man, round like me. Young guy, probably maybe 20. We're in the, I still remember we're in Magic Kingdom. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm picturing that wrong. It would have been Hollywood Studios. There's a store as you're heading out. It'd be on the right-hand side. We're looking at t-shirts and stuff. And this little Asian dude comes up to me, and he had a thick accent, and he started talking to me, and the first thing he goes is, "Goodness, Spets Kid." He goes like that. So I knew he was from the channel, and we're chatting, and my wife was just like, she couldn't understand what he was saying, and he was very, very animated. She goes, "I don't know with you. You make all kinds of enemies." She goes, "I thought for sure the guy was going to blow you up or something." It's like, yeah, South Koreans aren't known for aggressive blowing up of Americans, but that's where he's from. He was from South Korea. Super nice kid. But that's what I mean. If you guys see me, please come up. Come and say so. Omega Project says I was messed up long before this, and that's good too, though. Omega, it makes the whole community better if we have experienced psychos such as myself and Omega to go along with the newer psychos. So it's like a mentorship program. Shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure I didn't miss any super chats there, guys. Okay, I think we're good. You had a wedding, Michael? Lots of weddings. I used to do a lot. I don't know if all you know that. I used to do video work on the side, so I videotaped lots of weddings. Yeah, June was a fucking huge month for weddings. Huge months for weddings. I probably can't pronounce your name, my friend. I bet on my wife who you can't pronounce my name. I would just go with how it looks phonetically, because I can't think of another pronunciation. Aufchakman, maybe? That almost sounds German saying it that way. Aufchakman. Oh, you're in Ireland, Michael? Very cool. Very cool. Another, I say that whole Ireland, England, Scotland area is another place I really want to go to someday. Sure, eventually I'd like to react to Overlord. The clips I saw of it on the reaction streams really, really caught my attention. Again, even if just because I got that stupid thing from childhood where I like skeleton faces. I'm not fucked up or anything. God damn it. I try and go down slowly and it keeps dropping to the bottom on me. What do you think about Obito versus Kakashi? That was phenomenal, that fight, White Wolf. That was, I mean, I know as Naruto fans, we all tend to complain, and I think rightfully so, about the amount of flashbacks, but goddamn, those flashbacks were dead on during that fight, especially where the current Obito comes in and pulls away the past Obito from, making the hand sign of congratulations there. Greetings from Poland. Got a good friend of mine that's first generation over from Poland. Hi says, "Hey, I'm Hi. Nice to meet you. Hope you aren't as disappointed as I am." I like that. I would do that. I would use that as a greeting. That's good. Back in the chat. Hey, Justin, good to see you, pal. Glad you're here. Okay. Rowan says, "I'll goose you when I come to the U.S., Curtis. Stay tuned for that." Listen, Rowan. We'll do a little Gooshin. We'll do a little celebratory Gooshin, because those of you who don't know, Rowan lives in Syria, and my estimation, and I'll be the first to admit, and Rowan knows this, I am not an open borders type at all. I'm all about securing borders. One of the reasons I'm about securing borders is because I think we should have control over who comes into the country. I mean, that's, to me, the basis of one of the main reasons to have a nation is so you can construct it the way you would like. Anyway, long story short, people like Rowan are the people who should be being allowed in, the people who, want to come here, make this a better place, have already proved that they want to assimilate by learning the language, knowing the culture, has family here. She can't get here, but we have people on the other side of the coin that want to just allow those who jump the border say, don't worry about it, just let them stay. It's not fair, and this is why it's not fair. Because whoever does that is taking the place of somebody like Rowan, who is more than willing to do everything the right way and is getting stymied left and right. The whole system is so broken. Let's see, Chrome. Near this end of season 2 of My Hero Academia. So what's happening now then? You continue. I think what we're going to do, Chrome, about the Hunter x Hunter thing, I think what we'll do, we'll continue with season 3. Now, there's going to be a 2-week lag, from what I understand, for the dub. So that's perfect. So what I'm going to do, because you guys know it's always a big bugaboo with me, I want to make sure that everybody, I think it's, less chance of this happening, obviously, at the Goose, but I like to make sure everybody's had plenty of time to see an original episode. I don't want anybody watching my reaction first to see an episode of anything. So I think that'll be good, having that lag. So what we'll do, we'll continue on with Season 3. When we catch up, we'll fill in Hunter x Hunter, and then each week, as we get the dub of MHA, we'll watch it then. Sound good? I think that's the best way to do it. Let's see. Disappointed is my default emotion. Oh, that's sad. Oh, man. Who said that? Lute said that. I was fucked up. Vice King. That's good. I like that, Vice King. I was fucked up the moment I watched my first Spaz Boys videos. Thank you so much. We are proud to have served, my friend. Mortal pride. I was born fucked up. Yeah, me too. I mean, from the time I was little, I've always had this weird sense of humor, this bizarre sense of humor, and it's certainly never changed. It's certainly never matured. Yeah, a lot of people push Avatar: Last Airbender, Cesaro. I wouldn't have a problem watching that because, again, I know a little bit of it because Spaz Kid used to be into it. I don't remember tons of it. The only name I remember is Aang's. I remember some of the other characters. I just can't put names to them. I wouldn't have a problem watching that. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I want to make a Goose cake. Oh, we'll all have a piece, Licks. We'll all have a piece. Never forget, Joe Kage is first. I will not forget that. You are correct. I owe you that. It's a long story. Joe remembers all the details. Of course, I can't. I was saying something. Well, I was trying to illustrate a point, and in doing so, I needed a name. So it was on a live stream. I just looked down, and Joe's was the first name I saw. So I used his name for it, and then it immediately struck me in hindsight what I was talking about was absolutely vile. And poor Joe got thrown in the middle of it. And he's like, thanks a lot, dude. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Sorry about that, man. I didn't mean it that way. And so Joe said, that means when somebody gooshes me, or I goose someone else, or whatever the case may be, whenever there's a gooshing, Joe gets to go first. Brother, he says, finish Death Note, DBS, and Helsing for Hunter x Hunter. I can't do that now, brother, because I already promised everybody Hunter x Hunter. What's a Hunter x Hunter? Hunter x Hunter, and I don't like doing that. I don't like telling people I'll do one thing and then do another. But yeah, we will do all those. Death Note, see, the thing is I couldn't finish it right now anyway because I want to go back on my own and watch the episodes I missed because you know me, it's going to be lost on me if I don't. And then DBS and Helsing also, yeah, we'll catch up with those. That's why we're not doing those. A lot of the ones you mentioned right there. The reason that we're not doing One Piece yet is because I want to catch up on all that stuff before I do it. Dr. Gamer says, I know you tend to like shonen anime. Not necessarily, Dr. Gamer. To be perfectly honest with you, it's just I've been so limited. I'm basically so new to anime. You know, it's just that I've seen the shonen anime have been the ones that the gang has shown me. But yes, I absolutely have a thirst for knowledge of all of them. But I also can tell you have an interest in dramatic stories, yes, that integrate philosophy, yes I do, which is why I recommend the anime Monster. I think we've had that one mentioned before, but yes, no, you're right. Again, it's not that shonen was my preference. It's just that I'm so new into anime, I'm just learning my way around. But yeah, I want to see all of it. Absolutely, without a doubt. Let's see. I can vouch for that tagline since I came for DBZ Abridged. Now I'm crazy and praise you as a god. Well, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Oh, you guys are funny. What we're gonna do with Super Yasin is we're gonna watch the 2 movies because I already started Super, but the gang said if I do a reaction to those 2 movies, that catches me up to like episode 28, and then we'll continue from there. We Irish people build New York. Yeah, you did, Michael. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Built the railroads in this country and built a lot of New York State throughout. Yeah, back in the days when the douchebags would call the Irish people terriers. Remember? I obviously don't remember that, but you remember reading about that, Michael? Yeah, because we, as Americans, we can tend to be assholes. You got to come up with the name for everybody. But yep, Yeah, they used to call the Irish workers terriers. Yes, but they did. Actually, the Irish built a lot of this nation, a lot of the infrastructure of this nation. Monster was such an amazing story. Yeah, see, I'd be up for that. Absolutely. Fuck boy, joy boy. Boys play with toys, but girls play with dick. Oh shit! I completely now see. I get having such a good time. I completely lost track of time. I do have to go, guys. I apologize for the short nature of this stream, but trust me when I tell you, I am catching up. I'm still a little behind. When Spazkid and I are going out right now, that's what we got some stuff we got to do. When I get back later today, I'm hoping to watch. I'm probably going to watch at least, because right now I don't even have any extra Naruto videos recorded, so I'm going to watch a couple of them to make sure I've got them in the bank so I can get them edited and get them up for you every day, because, you know, the Goose stays right up with me. The early access Naruto vids at the Goose are right exactly the number I'm on. So I got to watch a couple of them, get a couple of them edited. But now that his parties are done, and again, I'd forgotten about my doctor's appointment today, which put me behind. I don't have any appointments coming up. I'll be catching up. We'll be able to do longer streams. Well, everything will just basically get back to normal anyway. Yeah, Dragon Ball's anime, Michael. Yep. But thank you guys for this stream. This stream was a lot of. These streams are always a lot of fun, and I mean, just again, I can never say it enough. Just the fact that there are so many of you that share this sense of humor with me, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And Nami's titties just caught. I didn't mean to blow that sentence completely, but every once in a while, Nami's titties just go, "Hey, talk to me," and that's what they did right there. Oh my God, those titties! And fucking, I tell you, High School DxD over at the Goose is gonna give me an aneurysm yet. That episode from yesterday with that dream sequence with Issei at the beginning. Fucking kidding me? What's the cue to go, Dick? I don't remember. What's the line that leads into that, Edgar? Something. I know it's from the waiter. Fuck, I forgot the line that leads into that. Something, sir. I know it. I can't remember. Well, there's a big surprise. But anyway, guys, yeah, Spazkid and I gotta go. We gotta get up to our appointment. But things should start falling back into normal. Be having the streams regularly again and everything. And have the regular schedule today. As soon as I get done here, I'll put up My Hero Academia at the Goose before him and I take off. And then later today will be the High School DxD. And then, like I said, I'll just be working in the background, getting everything ready for the rest of the week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was, as always, a blast. You forgot too, Edgar? Yeah, I can't remember. And there's, see, this is why we need a Goose police force. For me? To nightstick the shit out of things. What the fuck? You come in there, you play the game, and then you just randomly give us all the finger.
Yeah.
You guys won't tell me. You're all Goosers.
Hey! Ow!
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta stab a bitch. That's what they told me in prison anyway. Thanks, guys. Pampu pampu. We'll bang, okay? Flashily. But most of all, goosh, 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 goosh. Even my computer just made a sound when I started gooshing. It knows.